All right. So tell me a little bit more about Valhalla specifically and how you switched over to that and what you guys are doing there.
Yeah, of course. So someone said to me the other day, "What is crypto?" Or they didn't think what we were doing is exactly crypto, and I just sort of think, well, what is it then? Like for me, it's trying to decentralize something, trying to do something that's more transparent, more open, more public good, and but the key part is decentralizing control, especially in the DAO. That's to me what we're trying to do, and if that isn't crypto, then I apologize because that's what we're trying to do. But effectively, we're going to democratize finance through Valhalla Network by owning and establishing these banks, these community banks, under the DAO. These, like I said, they're not for profit, but they're still profitable. So these cash flow, the real world cash flow that comes through and flows to the DAO, the governance token holders will then be able to vote on how those funds are used. Is it going to be airdrops? Is it going to be reinvested? Is it going to be scholarship opportunities started up, a sort of university style structure started up? Also, where are we going to try and then target next for community banks, whether or not members want to get involved and say, look, I want one in my area. I'm going to do a load of work on this. Here's the initial sort of workload that you need done. And they can earn for doing that. And they can actually get involved. So that's what we're effectively doing is we're saying, right, we know that decentralizing banking is really vital. We know that these small banks help economies and help small businesses. So now let's not only decentralize banking on a larger scale, but let's democratize the actual ownership structure as well. So the average person from any country can be a governance holder and be, access those very attractive central bank credit lines that normally the average person can't access those lines.
Mm-hmm.
And by being a governance holder, you have access to them and you have some say in what happens to the profits that come into the DAO.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this. I think you make very good points about how much better business practices are if you actually know the people that you're dealing with, and I feel like that's an across the board kind of rule that we're basically the whole theme of this show has been just decentralization, and I personally believe that the many areas of centralization that we've seen, whether that's again like Amazon and Walmart, or even just like other silly industries that you wouldn't think would get monopolized, like gas stations and things like that. Like I traveling across the country, I've been into plenty of towns where there's literally a monopoly on gas station. Like there's only 7-Elevens in this whole town or something like that, and it's just a weird concept. And again, you don't know the owner of 7-Eleven. No one, like obviously some people do, but no one knows the owners of these major huge corporations. The owners don't actually know their customers and therefore don't actually care about their feelings or their lives in any way, shape, or form. And when you don't know the people that you're dealing with, you have so much less of an incentive to do the right thing.
Yep. And talking about that, so in a normal business, the owners are the ones making the business practices and saying what they're going to be doing, the rates they're charging, etc. In our case, Valhalla Network can be the owner, but because we're a bank, we're not the ones making the decisions. It's the local bankers in the area who are managing the bank. They're the ones who know the businesses in the area. They're the ones who decide on the rates that they're charging, the rates that they're getting out on the loans, etc. They're offering on deposits. They're the ones who do all that. Valhalla Network doesn't. Because one, we're not allowed to by regulators. We're not allowed to get involved in all that. But two, you wouldn't want us to be, because then you don't know the people who are making all those decisions. Then you take away, okay, yes, we have a decentralized governance framework, but you don't want to decentralize the governance framework of a bank so much, because then you don't know all those people that you're working with. You don't know the businesses in the area, and you can't possibly manage a bank like that. You have to have local bankers in the area that can visit the small businesses that they're lending to. They can get to know them, and then they can do ethical practices to make sure that those businesses are supported.
Yeah, 100%.